6 trolls have shared a fake suicide note from Brian Laundrie to his parents as his cause of death remains a mystery. The note is dated September 18, 2021 and addressed to Mum and Dad. A backpack and notebook belonging to Laundrie were found by police near human remains at Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park near the Calton Reserve earlier this week. The skeletal remains were later confirmed to be the 23-year-old. Evil trolls have now shared a fake suicide note from his notebook. The letter, shared on TikTok and YouTube, reads, "I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for everything that has happened. I never intended for any of this. Gabby and I were truly in love, and I would give anything for her to still be here. I know that no one will understand that things simply got out of control. The strain of our relationship was more than I could bear. I should have known to stay home after what happened. Everything was already a disaster at that point, but something made me return. Once Gabby was gone forever, I realized that I was too." The note said Laundrie wanted to tell his parents the truth, but couldn't bring myself to. The letter continues, "Please forgive me for all that has happened and everything I have put everyone through. I was too ashamed to tell Gabby's family what happened to her. I was too ashamed to tell anyone. I hope someday people can understand what really happened. Until we meet again someday, I love you forever." The fake note was signed off with a B. Social media users have slammed trolls for finding humor in other people's grief. One said, "The notebook hasn't been processed yet, let alone released. They're still trying to salvage it." Another wrote, "If this is really his notebook and it was wet, how are pages and words visible to read?" A third said, "This can't be real, sorry." Laundrie was reported missing by his parents on September 17, 4 days after he went hiking in the Carlton Reserve and failed to return home, and 2 days before his fiancée Gabby Petito was found murdered in Wyoming. He was reportedly very upset when he left his parents' Northport home for the final time on September 13. Laundrie's remains, and the articles belonging to Laundrie, were found in a stretch of land inside the 24,000-acre park that until recently had been submerged in floodwaters. His cause of death has not been determined, but experts have said the skeletal state of his body may mean such a determination might never be made. It comes as a former homicide detective said the search for Laundrie was a police SHO, and the fugitive's dad should have never been left alone in the moments before he suspiciously found crucial evidence. Tom Joyce, a retired lieutenant commander with the NYPD, said he found it so disturbing that Chris Laundrie recovered a bag belonging to his son out of view from investigators during the search. The miraculous discovery, which came less than 90 minutes after Chris and his wife Roberta arrived at the park, was made near to where Laundrie's skeletal remains were later found. Joyce said the idea that the police would allow Chris to go walking off by himself during such a high-stakes investigation is beyond me. If this was my case and I walked in there with the suspect's parents, I would never let them out of my sight, the veteran investigator said. Rule number 1 is that you do not let that person go until you know exactly what you're dealing with. Because we know that when bodies or articles of evidence are waiting there, usually when the person who put it down or is responsible for it being there, or who knows it's there, will find it when things aren't moving quickly enough, it's their way of accelerating the case." He continued, "The whole thing is a mess, it's a SHO. The fact the parents found this article is so disturbing to me." Joyce, who said he worked on hundreds of homicide cases during his time in the NYPD, insisted that investigators shouldn't put the timing of the discovery down to coincidence. Cops had searched the park for more than a month without finding any concrete leads about Brian's whereabouts.